Well, good afternoon, my crafty friends. It's Leslie with LuvINK&Paper. Now, just a second, I have to grab my other little light here that I had charging. There we go. Okay, so I think it was Saturday. Not exactly sure. It might have been Saturday. It could have even been Friday. That this beautiful little thing, and two others, by the way. So if you don't have one, you can let me know if you're here in the United States, and I can work on getting it to you. If you're here locally to me, you can let me know and pick one up. Anyway, the August 2024 Time for Cake paper pumpkin arrived. I did take off the seal wrap and I did take it out of the tissue, but I haven't done anything else. Okay, so if you remember from the pre-kit announcements and things, they did include a second stamp set, which I thought was really great. So this is the Time for Cake stamp set. Okay, it's got some really, let me grab this. Does that help? Not sure. Anyway, some fun mixed font greetings, a curved happy birthday that will fit nicely on the banner, a little sparkle like to go around the candle flames, a couple of different candles, lots of, short, medium, tall, lots of great birthday images, a couple of different balloons. So lots of good stuff there in those two stamp sets. We have a Night of Navy Stampin' spot, okay? And you'll remember that once we get going and I go to assemble these, I will be using my larger pad, which are, the larger ones are available in the online store. Now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with these. It just takes a little longer, and so for speed and ease of the video, I choose to do that. All right, so let's set the box aside, okay? And let's take a look at what's in here. All right, so you can tell from the front on the instructions, you'll get 3 cards and 3 envelopes in 3 different designs. Okay, so let's take a look at what we see back here. First of all, I'm noticing some rose gold twine, which is a cord. When it's slippery like I think it is, I usually call it cord. So let's see what's here. Let's first make sure we keep the directions, okay? And we also have inserts for the artwork for both the Time for Cake and Year After Year stamp imagery, okay? So we'll put those there. We are gonna need our directions because you remember that I try hard to do one just as the instructions tell us. So we'll grab out our cord, okay, and we have mini dimensionals this time. We have some balloon pieces. I'm going to assume that those go with this card, okay, and then we may stamp, and it looks like we're going to stamp some balloons on there, and it looks like there may be some other die cut balloons for that one. All right, and we have this base for the accordion fold cards. Now there's 4 of those, so that's odd, but we'll keep going. 2, 3 envelopes there, and the pattern goes all the way through on this longer side, so I will likely be cutting the envelopes up, and we have these 3, so we have our 9 envelopes. Okay, so when we get to the alternates, we will be doing those. All right, so here's 1, 2, 3 of the cake bases, right? We have 1, 2, 3 of these accordion fold candle pieces that go with these. And we have these little, I'm going to call them like sparkles, these little starbursts on the pink, which go with the balloons. Okay. So there's those piles. Now we have these, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Looks like I got an extra of that as well, because it looks like we're going to need 1 of this one. So we're going to make like layers of on the cake. And we're going to need 1 of this one. I know I shouldn't be sorting yet because we should be just finding what's here, but it's looking like I have a few extra pieces, which feels a little odd, okay? But that's okay. I don't mind getting extra. All right, then we have some glue dots. We have our hooray, so that's a sticker. Now, this kit also coordinates with the Every Celebration dies, and we have this hooray as a die cut in there. So if you haven't gotten these, you probably will want them. Okay, so let's tuck those over there. Looks like that's going with the cake pieces. Maybe we'll do that. And then we have some tags and banners. Okay. And we have some other die cuts here. And our chipboard, which usually I don't keep. So I see 1, 2, 3 different balloons. So we'll take 1 of each of those out. Okay. Because we're going to need those for the balloon card. So that goes with this and this. I'm not using my sorting directions. I may think that I may find that's a problem later, but let's see how good we can do, okay? The fork die cut, the rose gold fork, goes with the cake card. So let's bring in the cake base and the layers and the hooray, because we know that all goes together. And it looks like 1 of these candles goes there too. Now, does anybody else? Oh, yep. Okay. Okay. I think we've got all the pieces that we need off of that. Let's check our label situation here. Looks like we need 1 of these for this card. 1 of these for the balloon card, and 1 of the pinks. Now, remember that Stampin' Up! Does know that we are not all perfect, right? We would like to think we are, but we aren't. So when you're stamping on something, they always give you 1 extra. I find that using either grid paper, which is available in the online store, or your cardboard is a good way to practice and get a good feeling for what is going on with your stamp set. Okay? All right. So I think we have sorted. We'll do a double check. Okay? Let's see what we need for stamps. Looks like we need this nice big Make-A-Wish. So we'll put that on a block. like that. And then it looks like we need that nice curvy happy birthday. There we go for that. And that goes with this one. Then we need, it's time for cake. There we go. I think that'll work for that. And looks like we're gonna need some of these balloons. Let me see what it says. Oh, we need 3 of those. Whoops, let's go back here. See, I did need my sorting directions. All right, so for this card number 1, we need 3 of those little okay, 1, 2, 3, there they are. All right, let's see what else. So our sort, oh, this says we need this. Does it tell me how much? 18 inches of the cord. Oh, I see. Okay. So let's, I can use it down here. All right. So there's 16, 18. Okay. So that goes with that one. All right, let's keep going with our sort here. So card number 2 is our cake card. And it's time for cake. Oh, and the candle. Looks like the little one. Okay. There we go. That goes over here. All right, then we have the balloons. I didn't bring quite enough blocks, so we're going to have to put this last balloon on later. Okay. But for the sort, I guessed right in that. Now, how many inches does it tell us we're going to need for that one? 8. 8 inches. Now, I should be showing you that they do give us, they gave us, this is 18 inches. So I could have just used this. Okay. There we go. All right. That goes with the balloon card. Okay, so we are ready to try our hand at, let's move a couple of things out of the way, and we will start with the accordion fold card. Okay. All right. So remember also that sometimes your stamps have a little film, so you may want to give them a little clean before you use them. Also remember that they tell you to stamp first on purpose, okay? Because some of these pieces have a little bit of a coating on them, and it doesn't always dry super quick. So you want to be able to stamp that and then set it aside. And it wants it facing this way. So make a wish just like that, and we will just set that aside and not get it inky. All right, then, okay, we're gonna move that happy birthday over there. So I need this block. What it's showing me, oh, and I might be able to do that all at once. Let me see. Because they want this lost count in there as well. All right, so what we're going to do is on this white panel back here, I am going to set our little candle, okay, over here. I'm going to set the big, the middle-sized one over here. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to grab this lost count. Now what I'm hoping, and I think I can make it happen, is I think I can get it all on one block. So I can, with one stamp, three stamps, but one ink and stamp, get all of that stamping done. Instead of changing out my stamps every time, I'm just going to set it up this way. So you can do that with these photopolymer stamps because you can see. So you can lay them where you want them and then just pick them up on the same block and then just put them down like that. And then they all stamp in the right spot. Okay, so now we need the little sparkle part. Okay, and we're gonna add that one there. Ink this one up. Add that there. All right. So they're just showing you, pick up the two candles, ink it, and stamp them there. Okay. They also want us to take that little candle, which I can now put this back, grab the little candle, put it on a smaller block. There we go. And we're going to lay out these and get our candles stamped in there. Okay. This is what's nice about these photopolymer stamps, as you can tell just where to put them. Now when the pieces are white, sometimes I do not use grid paper. Sometimes I use the cardboard so that I have, or my silicone mat, so that I get a little bit more contrast for myself, for my eyes. But there's that. So we have stamped the candles, we've stamped the inside, we've stamped the tag. So now, let me just move this one over here, out of the way. And let's close up the ink so that I don't make a mess. Now this is going to be our back piece. So what they're showing us is how to fold this, all right? So this is coming this way, okay? Then the next fold, which is already really creased for you, I think. Yeah, I don't see another one. There's no crease there. So this one goes back this way. Now this next one is going to go this direction. Okay, let me grab my bone folder. And again, if you don't have this handy tool, there is this folding tool at the end of your thumb, but the bone folder is a really nice tool. And now this one is going to come back this way. Okay, so this is what you want to see on the front. Okay, let me go back and show you. See how you see the Night of Navy, you see these 3 candles. Okay. All right. So the next part, now that we've got it all folded, is we're going to add these candles with mini dimensionals. Now, I'm not going to start my new sheet that came in the kit because I have some already done. Okay, so we're going to put one up at the top, and we're going to put one. Now, they show with the points facing out. I think it will fit better if we do 2 flat sides. Okay, so if you have a flat side and a flat side instead of the points, I think you'll be better off. Okay, so that's just how I'm doing it. So we want one up in the sparkle part, up at the top, okay, like that. And then a second one down here. Now the directions show having a point facing out to the side. I think if you turn it ever so slightly and do the 2 flat side, do 2 of the flat sides going there, I think you're going to be better off. Right? So I hope that's making sense to you. One up there and one down here, like that. All right, so now we have those done. Now it's hard for me to see whether, I guess they want this first and then this. You definitely want to do your stamping before you put any dimensionals on something, or you're not going to get a good, you're not going to get a very good image, okay, because the stamp will rock. All right, so then they're showing, now we're almost ready. We have to add our candles. So let's see, we want one here on the front, okay. Like this. Okay, so we've got one here. Then we open it up and we have one here. Okay, so it looks like this one is going to come right about like that. Okay, so now we've got it, and then we're going to open it again and put one over here. Like this. Now I'm noticing a tiny imperfection in this candle, so I am going to go just like that. Okay. So then they're going to show us what to do about getting this piece onto our backing piece, which also has, now again, if you are planning to write a message on the back of this, I would suggest that you do it before you attach this, okay? Because this is going to have dimensionals, which means this is going to wobble on there when you try to write. Okay, so if you want to do a message, do it before you add this piece. Okay, all right, so let's see how that's going to work. We are going to take our mini dimensionals, and this might be a place where, since they only gave us mini dimensionals, I might choose to use some of the edging of the dimensionals. Okay, that is a really good way to do some of these bigger places. All right, so we're doing roughly half and half. So I'm going to do one set up there. I'm going to take another chunk here, another chunk here, another chunk here. Okay. So I'm going to put another piece up here. And I'm not going to go all that way. I am going to do one sort of in the middle, roughly halfway. Now, the next set doesn't want to be touching. You want to leave room for all that beautiful twine to run through, okay? Because this is going to hold that shut. All right, so, and that's why they're having you not touch, okay? So now I'm going to do down here. Okay, one down here. And then this one up here. Okay, now I think I am going to put a mini dimensional like that and like that. Okay, I don't think it's going to interfere, and because I didn't do 3 across here, I think that's going to be better. I might even do, no, I really think that's going to be enough. I don't think I need to do any more. All right, let's take all this off. No, let's wind this through like that. Let's take this through here. Come on. This is why I like twine better than cord. It's usually softer, and I love the metallic, but it does tend to. All right, so let's take a look. So it's coming under here. I wonder if it's coming out. Let's see. Doesn't show whether both pieces come up through, but I'm going to say that maybe that's going to be helpful. Do they want any? Doesn't show any sticky on the back of the tag, so that's just going to float freely. Let's see. Okay, so that's kind of holding that on like that. And I will take and just snip the ends of the cord a little bit. So now that that is where we want it, okay, like that, now we can take all of these off. And put it on the backing, on the base. Okay, so then we're going to kind of eyeball this top and bottom and side to side. And there we go. So it's up on dimensionals, they open it, and then it opens all the way. Okay, they untie it and it just opens to show all those candles with the lost count on the inside. So there we go. I love that. It's really cute. All right, let's go to card number 2, the cake card. All right, here we go. So even though the cake is only printed on one side, I may end up cutting these and putting these on a different base, maybe boho blue or misty moonlight or something like that, or even petal pink. Just even though I won't be able to build a cake like this necessarily, I still may use that for something else. All right, so let's start with this. And remember, we're going to do our, let me clean some of these stamps and get them put away so that, all right, here's It's Time for Cake. And what else are we needing? We're needing that little candle. Okay. Let's put a couple of these away here. There's that. I think we're done with the Starburst. Okay. And I think we're done with these two. There's that and lost count. Okay. Good. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. All right, so we're gonna do our stamping first because that's always a good idea. Okay, so we're gonna ink up our little candle. And if you wanted to, you could just go right through on your, right in here. And before you take any out, before you do anything, you could just go through and stamp all your candles. Okay? Like I would go all of this direction, all the ones that are going this way, like that, and this one down here, and this one right there, and then I would turn it 180 degrees and do the rest. Okay, then you can just put that away and all of your candles will be done. Okay, I think that just makes, to me, it makes the most sense. While you've got the candle stamp inky, just do it. Just do them all. And then put that stamp away and you don't have to worry about it. Okay? There's that tip for you. It's just stamp all your candles all at once. And then put your little candle away. Over there. Okay? All right. So that's good. Now we're going to take It's Time for Cake and stamp it on this pink, probably Pretty in Pink label here. Like that. And I'm going to very carefully set that aside. Clean that. Set that aside and figure out where we're at here. All right, so we're just using glue dots for the cake pieces. I think, all right, I know I'm done with stamping, so we're gonna close that. All right, let's get our mini dimensionals on things that we need, like the candle. Okay. Like that. All right. I'm not going to do that yet. I am going to do the fork, and they show one up here near the base of the fork where there's plenty of room, and one where the handle is a little bit rounded and has room for another one. And that's about that. All right, I will do this, but I want to give that ink a little bit more time to dry. So let's add the layers of the cake. Now, it does show using the glue dots from the kit, okay? You can do that. If you happen to have tear and tape left over and that's easier for you to use that, okay? If the little small glue dots are fiddly for you, don't worry about it. Don't use them. I am going to choose to use my seal adhesive, my Stampin' seal, because for me that's easier. So that's what I'm going to use. Okay, whoops. And I went just a wee bit too far, which means I have to get out my handy dandy tool and take that off. There we go. Now we won't have sticky everywhere, right? Okay. All right, so at the bottom is this one. Okay. So, does it matter? I don't think it does. You just want to have one angle in either way, and because they're curly, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to put this. So I'm seeing, I probably should start with the middle, but I'm going to be brave and start here. Right? Like that. Okay? And then this one is going to go up at the top. So, hold on. That one does kind of matter because the flowers sort of have direction. Okay, so kind of pay attention to that. All right. There we go. And the sprinkly one goes in the middle. And so I'm just kind of eyeballing the space that I have left and roughly making sure that those are the same. Okay. There we go. Then we can add our candle down here. Now you want to be careful that when you're placing your candle, it's not sticking out past the edge of your card. Okay. So we want that there. Okay. Then we want our fork to sit on the plate. Right? Like this. There we go. And then now that this has had a chance to dry, we'll put a couple of, what do they suggest? They suggest 3. So let's do 3. Okay. 1 in the middle and 1 on each end. There we go. We'll take those off. And put this straight down here is what they're showing. Okay, not angled like the cake. Straight, parallel with the bottom of the card. Okay, like this. Okay, and then we can pull up our hooray. And very gently take that out. Now I did see somebody trimmed around this and used this hooray, the outline as well. So if you're somebody that likes to get a lot of mileage out of things, that is a possibility. Okay, so then we're gonna just put this hooray like that. Hooray, it's time for cake. Well, time for cake is always hooray. We love that. All right, so there's that one. Okay, ready for writing. All right, last card, and then I will get busy doing some playing and make some alternates for you guys. And probably, it's today Wednesday? It could be ready Friday. It might not be till Monday though. You might have to give me it over the weekend, okay? So we'll just have to see. All right, let's bring in those pieces for this card. The first thing we want to do is stamp our greeting, and let's just make sure we want it to sort of arc up, right? So we're gonna stamp happy birthday, except it's not. There we go. Okay, there we go. Then we're going to take some of the, so then it shows here, using the two balloons, it shows that you're stamping them here. It shows a striped balloon here and a striped balloon here. So a striped balloon and a striped balloon, and then a flower balloon and a flower balloon. Okay, so you're stamping two of each of those. So let's just, I know, whoa, there went my light. Did you see it? All right, there we go. Oh, it's not very well charged. It is fading quickly. All right, anyway, let's see here. So we'll do our flower balloon, one down here. Okay, and one up here, like that. Then we'll grab our striped balloon and do one here, a little tiny overlap, and then one down in this corner, and like that. Okay, that should be all of our stamping, so that's good. All right, then on our three balloons, we're adding dimensionals, and then with our banner, look, it's showing that we're using glue dots in the middle and dimensionals out on either side. Can you see that's how they depict those? Okay, and then this is the back of this panel. Okay, they're showing 6 dimensionals, 1 in each corner and then 2 in the center. All right. Okay, so first things first, let's get our dimensionals, excuse me, on the balloons. Now, they're showing 3, oh, I see why they're showing that. Okay. So they want the dimensionals on this biggest balloon straight down the center. And they want that because one balloon is tucking underneath here, okay? And one balloon is kind of going up on top a little bit. So that's why they're keeping all the dimensionals kind of in the middle, so that those edges aren't bumping into another dimensional, all right? I have had that happen where I go to put something together and where I have put my dimensionals interferes with my being able to tuck a layer underneath or something. So I see why they're doing that. Okay, so this one is going to go up here just like this. Okay, so first this one, and then, I guess it doesn't matter, our stripey one goes over here, like that. And our starburst one goes over here, except this one wants to be on top. There we go. Okay, so the reason that this has regular adhesive or glue dots in the center and dimensionals out on the ends is because it's going to go across this balloon. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little of that right there. Okay. There we go. And put this just like that. Okay. There's that. Now I'm going to tie a bow. Now you can tie your bow any way you want, or you don't have to have a bow. It doesn't really matter. Okay. You could just tie it around there if you want. I'm going to do the 2 bunny ears because that's the bow that works best for me, especially on camera. Okay, so you make 2 bunny ears, cross one over the top, and then tie it. And then just arrange how big you want your loops. Okay, like that. All right, now they are suggesting a glue dot. I happen to have some that I don't have to peel off. Now that is probably still too big. So you can take the tip of your scissors or take your pick tool if you have that, and just sort of roll this. Just take each side of the glue dot and kind of fold it into the middle till you have sort of a long shape. And then you can just put that. You can actually put it on your balloon like this. Right there. Okay. And then you can take your bow and put it there. Okay. And then you can trim those a little bit. All right. Then this whole layer is going to go up on dimensionals. So we are going to take this piece of edge that I had left over, and then we're going to put and I'm going to, since I only have 2 left over, I'm going to put them right here. I really want to make sure this doesn't get smushed, right, when I'm mailing it to somebody. That does mean I have more backings to take off, but that's okay, right? You'll hang with me. Okay, so then this gets folded. And again, I am likely to trim these down because who needs the back like that? All right. And use some of that to make more cards. Now, if you're somebody that doesn't necessarily want to stretch your kit, make them just the way Stampin' Up! Shows, and you are going to have 9 great birthday cards. Okay, so that's that. That's the way they come together. Now, on the back, it shows the die cuts. Where did I put them? Right here. These every celebration die cuts. Okay, they show the kit contents. They talk about the coordinating colors. Right. Yeah, so that's pretty much, sometimes they show us extra samples, but I think the directions took up so much space this time they didn't. Okay, but there is a QR code if you want to watch a video to follow along assembling your kit. anything I did or said didn't make sense, there is another place to go, all right? And so we have, let's put some of my tools away. All right, so we have our 3 cards all set and ready to go. All right, so I will use, I will try to do some alternates that include just the stamp set, okay, and maybe our spare stamp set. Now, one quick note on this stamp set: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay, or 40 or whatever. But know that this numeral covers both your 6 and your 9, okay? Right there. All right, so thanks for joining me today. I am so happy that you did. And if you're catching me on the replay, then I'm glad you're here now as well. So thanks so much, and stay tuned and watch my channel for the alternate video coming likely on Monday. All right, take care. Bye-bye.